Hello and welcome to Wealth Ladder. Today we're going to talk about why the media is hurting your financial dreams. Why is that and why they're taking away your financial dreams? So let's get stuck into why that is happening. Yes, the media is actually taking away your financial dreams of owning a home, having financial freedom and living the life you want based of course on the fact that you're willing to work for it, not actually get given it. Now, the media dictates our lives and tells us what we need to know and what we don't, how we should live our lives and what we should or shouldn't be doing with our money and where we should or shouldn't be invested. So lately it just seems to be getting worse. Now don't get me wrong, because the media do great for reporting the news, information, world events, and I watch the news every now and then and I like to keep up with the local and the world events. But what is actually happening is that the media are more than ever making the decisions for us, for you and I. They push on issues we don't actually care about, but act as if that we do care. Now they're spreading news that is more one-sided, using your own opinions and assumptions, and also using a lot of clickbait, which basically means they give you a snippet of what the story is going to be, but actually when you watch the story, it's got nothing to do with their particular headline. Now they are losing the battle with the online world. The internet is taking over. Now that's putting more and more pressure on them to get your attention. So they're working harder and harder to get your attention. Now, so how is this actually hurting your financial dreams? See, right now there is massive fear in the market around housing now, or becoming a property investor. Now, with all the law changes and other potential tax changes, becoming a landlord just seems too hard, especially for first-time investors or those with a few properties. Or those who actually look like they might sell up their whole portfolio. So the media is lapping this up time and time again, resulting in you not being in the property market or stopping you from learning on how to purchase your first home or an investment property, whether it's your first or maybe your third, fourth or fifth or more potentially. So the word landlord has actually become a dirty word. Now, because landlords are seen as more hungry, the nasty people who don't look after their tenants. Now, the media happily picks up that story and portrays it as a situation where every landlord is in the wrong, no matter what, making it look like every landlord is like this. But is that true? Absolutely not. It's a shame because 95% of landlords are not like that at all, especially in that industry. There are cowboys and cowgirls out there who don't make it harder or make it harder for us landlords. Now, the same thing is happening in Australia right now. You see, there's a 60-minute story that ran in Australia, and they were saying that the property market will crash by up to 40% next year. Seriously, up to 40% that the market will crash. How is that for fear-mongering? Imagine the whole of the Australian property market crashing by 40%. Seriously, that's just not going to happen. Now, Australian property investor and commentator Michael Yardley recorded a podcast, and he came up with these lines which show what is actually happening in Australia, and of course this is happening here in New Zealand. New Zealand follows Australia, remember, and this is being influenced by the media. He came up with quotes like, "Investors are making investment decisions based on the media, not on property fundamentals. You don't make 30-year investment decisions based on 30 minutes of news. And don't make long-term investment decisions based on short-term market factors. It's not time to change your property strategy." So if you don't start or continue on your learning to invest in property, you will still be left in the corner with everyone else who said, "No, it's too expensive. There are too many laws changes and too many tax changes coming in. Property prices are just going to massively drop, so I'm not going to go into the market." It's not the right attitude to be having. Because how many times have we heard this? Hundreds, if not thousands of times over many, many years. Those that sat on the fence back in 2009, so remember the GFC happened in 2007 through to 2009. But if you started investing from 2009 and onwards, and you listened to the media and did nothing, and now of course they've paid the price of completely missing out on capital gains and that others have got from investing in the market with a long-term approach. I know that the market is terrible right now, say 2009, 2010, even 11, it was still bad, alright? But I'm in it for the long term and I'll keep investing. Now those that made the gains didn't listen to the media. They just kept on doing what their financial goals were and invested in themselves and, of course, property. Now, it's interesting because we ran a competition where I gave away Lisa Dudson's new book called The New Zealand Money Guide. All you need to know about becoming financially secure. Now, that's a great book to learn about how to budget. Learn about a whole lot of things: budgeting, money, finance, how to create wealth, how to be able to save to buy your first home. All those little tips that help you put the money aside. I mean, it's tight for everybody. No one's saying it's not hard, but there's just people aren't using these types of resources and learning how to get ahead in life and be better. Now, we had 20 entries. 20 entries only. So seriously, if there is so much of an issue with house prices and affordability, I would have thought every man and woman and child would have jumped at the chance to learn how to manage their money better, pay off debt faster, grow their finances, budget and build wealth over time to buy their next home. Of course, if we'd given away an iPhone, we would have got thousands of entries, of course. It's about priority, isn't it? About priority. So this day and age, we've never had it any better than anywhere in the world and than anywhere right now. The world is the best place to be right now in our absolute history. We have access to so much information at our fingertips that we could become an expert in anything that we want. We have access to finance, credit cards, internet, apps, Amazon, Apple, there's Uber, there's Android, there's Airbnb now, there's air travel that's so cheap, there's low interest rates, the medicine is completely amazing nowadays, and there's all sorts of products that are available locally, globally, and anything you want, you can get it right now. But I think that's become one of the issues with people's attitudes towards wealth creation. Listening to the media and building financial security. If you can't get it now, then it's too hard, or I don't want it, or we just moan and complain and say it's someone else's fault. Don't be that person. Fight and make a life for yourself and your family. It might take time, it might be hard work, but what is the worst that will happen? Your financial freedom is waiting for you, so don't let it slip by. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure you click on and watch the next one, or email us at info@wealthladder.co.nz. Fire your questions to us. We'll happily answer them for you. Bye bye for now.